Guys, just a couple days ago we were blessed with the first new footage of Bugsnax since it was announced in early June, and there is a lot to discuss, so I'm going to kind of break down as briefly as humanly possible all the things worth pointing out in this new video. Let's get into it. So the main focus of the trailer is to show off actual gameplay footage, so we're going to mainly look at that and try to get a feel for how we actually do stuff in the game. But in addition to that, there are heaps of new characters, Bugsnax, and story concepts that we're going to get a taste of, so, you know, I'm a big nerd for this bug lore, and I need to flesh this out for you guys too. So, the trailer starts with the end of the video that we got from Elizabeth, and then pans over to your boss, who is named C. Clumbernut. Clumby? Anyway, we're in her office, and she seems to be giving us a mouthful over wanting to check out Snacktooth Island. She threatens that we'll be out of a job if we chase this Bugsnax story, even calling Megafig a 2-bit con artist. We'd heard devs refer to her previously as a disgraced explorer, and though we still don't know exactly why, this is the first in-game reference to her reputation being what it is. Knowing now that our career is riding on this adventure definitely adds another layer of intensity to the quest. I mean, this Clumby... Whew. For her part, I can't help but wonder why, with a file folder on her desk that reads Bugsnax Demystified, Draft 12, by Elizabeth Megafig, she'd still be so skeptical over what appears to be a first-hand field study of Elizabeth's research. I mean, I'll leave it at that for now because there is so much more to get into besides just this little, intro bit. So, the next shot shows Filbo, the mayor of Snaxburg, seemingly meeting us for the very first time. One interesting piece of information here is how Filbo mentions that Elizabeth said we'd be coming, except we've only received the film strip so far. My guess with this statement is that Elizabeth has been operating under the hunch that we would show up, not that we've actually been chatting with her. I could be wrong, but it seems much more likely that an explorer who has gone missing wouldn't actually have any means to communicate with the outside world. In any case, Filbo is clearly delighted that we've come. Elizabeth must have really hyped us up, so she must have just really had that strong faith in her heart that we'd come running, chasing after the latest scoop, I guess. But after this little greeting, Filbo gives us a device called a snack trap, and we get to see the first ever Bugsnax catch in action. This one looks really simple. We just set down this enclosing basket thing next to a bush where a strawbee has just hidden, and it walks up to the trap and we catch it. It's very straightforward. It looks like you detonate the trap with a button on your wrist and it just does the thing traps do. This trailer really does a lot though to highlight just the sheer variety of ways that you can catch Bugsnax. I think they started with the simplest example using strawbee and this basket, but from here they go through and show us several other tricks and traps as well. For this bunger, a farmer native to the island explains that they go crazy for ketchup, so you have to lure it into an enclosure by slingshotting tomatoes. It seems that the more you know about each individual Bugsnax, the better equipped you'll be to catch them, and it'll take a little bit more problem solving than just, I don't know, spamming Pokeballs until one of them latches shut. To make the most obvious comparison here. Next, they show a familiar Grumpus from the announcement trailer, still unnamed though, giving us some kind of quest to find her favorite kind of bug. Can you guess what kind of bug we'll have to find? Could it possibly be? It's Rudel, the golden boy himself. It's this carrot worm. Did the carrots give it away? So this is indicative of what's probably a core aspect of exploration throughout Bugsnax, completing little quests given to you by local Grumpuses. I mean, I think we mostly expected this, but it's awesome to see some actual examples, like corralling the bungers and feeding Grumpuses their favorite snacks. This Rudel spotting in this section also reveals to us a sort of logbook with silhouettes of the various species available to find in each biome on the island. Similar to a Pokédex, you can keep a record of the Bugsnax you've scanned and the ones you've captured, the former indicating by their silhouette revealing their appearance, and the latter presumably marked by filling in the circles to the bottom right of them. Moving on, we are shown that we have the ability, beyond setting traps, to actually just interact and play with the bugs you've captured. This Paint Grumpus here looks like he's running a daycare or something. He says that our little Strawby missed us, so I can only think that this will be a place in the game where you can store Bugsnax you've caught, but don't plan to feed to anyone. This definitely has some hilarious implications, as I didn't think befriending the Bugsnax would be as much of a feature in this game considering how heavily the game focuses on literally consuming them. Perhaps this function of playing is only reserved for some of the more pet-like Bugsnax like Strawby. But you still eat Strawby, so... Anyway... I'm gonna move on from this little bit, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit morally conflicted about making the choice to love or devour my babies. But we'll see how this plays out. The next Grumpus to talk to us is a very enigmatic kook with a mystery board full of incredibly hilarious parallels to real-life conspiracy theories that are all connected. I really love this. I mean, come on, there's 5G panic, the freaking Rona, Flat Earth, aliens, the Illuminati, and probably some weird nods to QAnon with this mainstream pop music headline. I'd love not to lend any credence to these far-flung theories, but I mean, this is the Grumpus world, not the real world. Like, what if he's right? What if he's onto something? Is there actually a secret underground Bugsnax manufacturing plant? I'd love to see how much of this tinfoil Grumpus thought process is just a roast of real-life conspiracy theories, or if he's really onto something here and there are hints to the game's core mystery on this very board. Many things to consider. As you might expect, this crazy Grumpus is our key supplier of traps. This is probably where a lot more of the game's strategizing will come into play. I assume more basic traps will be useless against bugs of special shapes, sizes, or abilities. You'll have to test out wacky experimental traps made by this real scientist. As an example, they show us a contraption that looks like a tripwire at first, but as this new ice cream sandwich bug crawls underneath, it detonates, bonks it on the head, and we pull in our catch with a grappling hook. Then we springboard our first trap from before off into a chasm and catch this Cheeto butterfly, which I previously identified as a nacho butterfly incorrectly, in midair. While we see this on screen, Philbo says that we're really good at this and nobody hates us. Yet. He seems optimistic that we'll be able to repopulate Snaxburg with all the missing residents. This is an interesting development too, as I predicted in my first Bugsnax video that there may be nobody living in this town when we arrive. And that does seem to be the case, because we can see this town slowly repopulating with Grumpuses in this part to signify progress to the game. It's still not entirely clear if the residents of Snaxburg in this video are part of that Expedition 13 strong that is mentioned in the theme song, but if we consider that some time has passed since they left, it's easy to imagine them building their own town and settling on Snacktooth Island permanently if they are so enamored by the Bugsnax. There's probably even more than 13 by now, like they started some families or, you know, planted some roots. The last bit shown to us in this trailer has Clumby telling us that we might just keep our job if we find the Bugsnax and make it back alive. She snarkily warns us not to fall off of a cliff just as we approach a ledge deep into the wilderness of the island. We check our map just for a moment and we can see the entirety of Snacktooth Island for the first time. Well, kind of. It almost looks like the locales you've already visited are drawn in, like Snaxburg and this little rocky area. Maybe the western half of the island really is a barren wasteland, but more likely this clip shows us venturing out into uncharted territory when suddenly, this giant pizza Bugsnax soars across the thundering sky. It looks very important, like a legendary Bugsnax, maybe some kind of protector of the island. It's all unclear, but we know this is a big deal, just because the boy is so big. As it roars out, the wooden platform below us rumbles and collapses, and we plunge presumably to a game over screen as the trailer ends. This part just makes me feel just as excited as I was when the first reveal trailer ended, with even more questions than answers. Both trailers spent the entire time showing us all the happy and fun stuff, while saving this dark and still arcane mystery for a tiny tease at the very end. This time we get a sense of the deep exploration into nature that you're capable of getting into throughout your quest. It's almost Breath of the Wild-like in a sense. A magnificent pizza beast in the sky, foreboding a sense of doom and unpreparedness for the quest to come. Are we in too deep? How is any of this connected to Elizabeth's disappearance and the mutant Bugsnax monster from the first trailer? Nobody knows. I also wonder if there will be other legendary Giganto Bugsnax. I wonder if, like Pokemon, there is only one special pizza bird on the island? All I know is this game is shaping up to be an absolute feast for the imagination. It seems like unadulterated fun and exploration, striking a perfect balance between carefree sandbox gallivanting and plunging headfirst into the terrifying depths of the unknown. I really do hope this game gives you all the reins after a bit of tutorial to explore the island for yourself and uncover your own secrets. What more can I say? December couldn't come soon enough. With these 2 little trailers, I'm already neck deep in intrigue, and I wonder just how much is going to be revealed before release. Like, a part of me wants the devs not to release much more information than we have now, just to keep the secret so secret. But the hype boy within me wants to be drip-fed a steady stream of shocking reveals like this leading up to release. Well, what did you guys think of this new trailer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you going to pick this up on day 1? Did this game sell you a PS5? Because it basically has for me. Thank you all so much for watching my little breakdown and analysis. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you all in the next Bugsnax video. Bye bye!